Hello and welcome back to another movie review. As always, I'm Kelly, and we got a treat for you today. I just got out of My Hero Academia, the movie 2, Heroes Rising. Yeah, I know that the number 2 isn't really part of the title, but let's face it, it is. Even if the marketing team thinks that putting a giant 2 there would, detract from sales, it is the second movie. Now, I don't know if you can tell this because I've been very, very subtle about it, but I'm a bit of a fan of this franchise. I have two great loves in media: superheroes and anime. Hey, guess what? It's an anime about superheroes. Why the fuck wouldn't I love it? And for those who aren't aware, the show does have a really good premise. The world has become a superhuman society with 80% of people having powers known as quirks. However, our story doesn't follow the 80%. It follows a kid named Mizuku Midoriya, one of the 20% who doesn't have a quirk at all. After a chance encounter with the number one hero of all time, the symbol of peace, All Might himself, Izuku gains the opportunity to follow his dream and become a true hero. And because this is an anime, he has to go to hero school called UA. Now, obviously, I'm talking about a spin-off movie, and like a lot of these shonen movies, it's not really in canon. In fact, this one can't be in canon, in particular for what happens at the end. However, the point I'm making here is it's not really something you can jump into. Though if you want to see some people, kind of lose their minds trying to follow everything that's going on, it can be quite hilarious. Yes, there are 4 seasons of this show, 3 of which are out on DVD. 4th one is still airing right now, and as someone who avidly reads ahead in the manga on this one, I can tell you this movie is dealing with shit from season 5. You're gonna be confused. And that's right, this movie takes place in Season 5 territory. A lot of the abilities that are being shown, even some of the relationships or the heroes, right down to the costumes they're wearing. This is Season 5 shit. I don't know why you'd put this in a movie when the series is still airing Season 4. Like, it seems like you might have jumped the gun on this one, Bones. I enjoyed the hell of it because I understood everything that was going on. But my friend who's completely caught up with the show was super confused. Like, what the hell's up with Deku's gloves? They only just barely showed that in the episode this last weekend. Never mind Tokoyami's new powers. Who the hell is this Hawks guy? Why does Endeavor have a new costume? As I said, even if you're a fan that's fully caught up with the show, if you're not actively reading the manga on this movie's going to confuse you, at least for another year. It seems like this movie is just ahead of its time. Not in the innovation way, in the way of, why isn't this releasing with Season 5? Answer, because My Hero Academia keeps making a shit ton of money, and even the US release that they did on the first movie, which was super limited and I didn't get a chance to see it at all in theaters, it still raked in a shit ton of money and made like top 3 box office for the 2 weekends that it was out. And history repeated itself with this one because its limited release got super extended. And they even started throwing shows in St. George here. Yeah, this is just selling out everywhere, guys. But enough of the particulars. Let's actually talk about the movie itself. And it's a shonen action movie. Non-canon, so there's that. Oh yeah, and the action is hype as hell. Yeah, it's no secret in the anime community that these spin-off movies are, at best, disposable, at worst, completely pointless, and not very good. I can say that this one is on the higher end of these types of movies that I've seen. However, it does have a couple of ass pulls. In particular, the one thing that happens at the end, which is a big spoiler, and it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth because they try to keep this semi-in canon like they did the first movie. The first movie took place in a week-long break between seasons 2 and 3. And it's believable, though there's some things that happen in it that really couldn't happen in the context of the grander narrative. But they do kind of say, hey, it happened here in this blank area, so it's not like we're going to contradict anything. This one kind of goes for the same thing. It seems like it's supposed to take place after Season 4, but considering we're rapidly approaching the end of Season 4, yet they're having stuff from Season 5, it seems like it's going for more the middle of Season 5-ish. It's confusing. But it's still trying to keep that semi-in-canon feeling with itself. and it does things that really could not happen or should not happen in any way, shape, or form, and it is just jarring. But if you're just looking for good action with good story and some good character development, even if it doesn't really matter to the show, it's still there and it's on display and it's fun, this movie is definitely worth a watch. However, you definitely need back knowledge of this series to enjoy any of this, because unlike the show that will give like a quick reminder, like TLDR, here's this person, they'll have a little thing over his quirks does this type thing, just to give you a general reminder, this movie does not hold your hand at all. Everyone is just using their powers outright, and if you don't know every single one of the pro hero powers especially, you're gonna be confused. Sensing a general motif in this review, if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, go watch it. If you're a fan of anime, I'd still recommend going to watch it. If nothing else, then to say, support this. We can get more shit like this. Who knows? Maybe my friend who's obsessed with Steins Gate will get the next Steins Gate movie if he goes and sees movies like this. But enough beating around the bush. Let's actually go talk about the particulars. So, what do I think this movie did right? Visually, this movie is gorgeous. It's not quite on the level of like Promare or Fate Stay Night Movie 2, where it's just, a freaking orgasm for the eyes or anything. There's some stuff in the end that kind of gets close to that, but for the most part, this movie is just a damn good anime movie. It looks amazing. Every movement is phonetic. It has so much personality, so much drive, so much energy. It's shit like this that makes people realize, hey, there might actually be something to this whole anime thing. And the thing that it does the best in this is the action. Everything is so well choreographed. Literally, every single one of Class 1A gets their time to shine. Except for probably Higakure. Yes, she's invisible. There's not much she can do with that other than, appear out of nowhere, blah, 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 all that stuff. But, she did have other abilities like controlling reflections and things like that. You'd think that would have come up at least once, but it didn't. But other than her, who I don't think they figured out how to properly utilize her power, everybody gets time to shine. Like, seriously, everyone, even the joke characters of like the Anna Voice kid or Mineta and his balls, they all get damn good moments where it's just like, this is why they are in this course. But it's not just the action, it's the downtime that really does sell this. This story is a very simple one. It's about a new bad guy that shows up looking for a new power, and the only heroes that are here are the students because of a new work release program type thing. They're basically running this island, this small little area, all by themselves until new pros show up. But it's pretty standard movie fare. It's just new bad guy, kids have to fight him, and enjoy. But the downtimes when they're not actually fighting him, when they're just talking to the townspeople or working out problems and things, you can tell that these kids are really trying to understand what it means to be a hero more than just, flashy fight, punch him in the face type thing. No, it's about more than that. In particular, I actually do like the expansion they do with Bakugo and Midoriya inside this, even if it ties into that ass pull I'll talk about later. The Midoriya-Bakugo relationship is a complicated one, and it isn't until really in the end of Season 3 that you get kind of a clear understanding of what's going on between the two. However, inside of this movie, it's past Season 3, but they're still kind of sort of not on the same page. You can tell that they're definitely out of sync with each other and they need to get on sync. And that's kind of what this movie is about. However, if I were to talk about negatives, we do have to talk about the big one, the ass pull, the super awesome Rasengan, the new holified form that'll never appear again, the ultra awesome, we combined our powers in a way that'll never happen again to do some super big attack thing. Yeah, this is a staple of shonen movies that really bugs me. Now, if you're going to do a movie like this, stick to established powers. Don't invent something new and pull it out of your ass. They do stick to established powers. However, what they do inside of this, and I'm going to spoil this right now, this is the climax of the movie, Midoriya gives Bakugo one for all, his power, which is just stupid on so many levels. No, it leads to one of the best, most action-packed moments of the movie and completely awesome visuals, and they get to do some cool stuff with it. However, you just gave away Midoriya's power and try to have this big emotional moment about how he's not going to be a hero anymore, but that's okay because he did good here and stopped big evil, blah blah blah, and Bakugo's going to be a great hero, blah blah blah. And then you don't follow through with it because it's a movie and it's got to reset it for the series. Oh my god, it basically undermines every single good thing that they were doing with these two throughout the entire movie because they can't follow through. And you know they can't follow through, so you're just waiting for them for the next 20 minutes to basically undo this shit. You know, you could come up with some reason like, oh, well, Bakugo burnt it out before it fully took form inside of his body or something like that. Or you could say that, I don't know, there's a way to transfer it back to Midoriya at the end, blah, 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 all that stuff. No. It just doesn't leave Midoriya because the internal spirits of One For All said, nah, we're not done with him yet. And while this does have truth in the manga later, like season 6 territory, it does not change how much of an asshole it is in this movie. And it basically undermines your entire character work for these two characters in one move. And again, it just feels like it's another Naruto movie where he came up with a new ultra awesome Rasengan that's colored purple or something. You don't need to do this movie. You can just stick to their established powers, have them fight until they finally do fall, and then have Endeavor in them show up. They did what they were supposed to. They're students. They're not professionals yet. They can't beat a threat like this. However, they can hold out until the actual professionals get there. You know, kind of like how the Justice League, their lower members, tend to just be able to hold the situation until the big ones can come in and swoop and save the day. It's about being a support element. It's not about you. It's about the bigger picture. But no, they didn't do that. They just did the entire asshole, and it really undermines this movie a lot. But honestly, other than that, I can't really think of anything truly negative about this film. However, I can't necessarily recommend it unless you're a fan of the series because, again, you're gonna be confused. Even if you are a fan of this, again, it's taking place inside of another season forward that you're not gonna see for another year. You're probably still gonna be a bit confused by this. But I can say that it is still an enjoyable watch, even if you just have to turn off your brain in some instance and ignore that, wait, what is he talking about here? What is that power again? And just enjoy what it is you're seeing on screen. So my final verdict on this film that's been out for a few weeks that we only just barely got because, you know, anime movies are raking in the money right now, I guess, is I can give it a see it at discounted price for people who are familiar with the show. And for those who are not, it might just be better to wait for DVD or Redbox. I'm not even going to humor this one with Netflix or anything because there's no streaming service that streams these movies. That's just the way it is. But if you are a fan of this, I can highly recommend that you go see this immediately. Except you probably have already seen it immediately because you were that mega fan. If you're still on the fence, see it at a discounted price because it is worth watching. There is enough visually beautiful there that you're going to enjoy yourself. There's enough action that you don't necessarily need everything explained to you and you're going to enjoy it nonetheless. But if you aren't initiated with this in any way, shape, or form, it's probably best to wait, put your sights on the back burner, wait for it to come out on DVD, buy it or get it from a friend who does buy it because there are going to be plenty of people who do that, and watch it then because it's still enjoyable. But a lot of these shonen ones, it's not canon, it doesn't matter to the show, and it's just going to confuse you. So take that for what it is. And yeah, that's it for me. Did you enjoy the video? Have you seen My Hero Academia or the new movie Heroes Rising? Tell me what you thought about them in the comments down below. Let's get some healthy discussion going. And as always, if you want to support the channel or you liked what you saw, be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and all that jazz. All the links are in the description down below. If you want to see more from me, I do stream every Thursday night 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, right here on this channel. Right now we're going through Final Fantasy VIII, which is the winner of the poll that I held on Twitter, which got 1 vote, and I think he voted twice. And yeah, that's it for me. So I guess I'll see you all next time.